What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, Gina Man 94, here to bring you guys my WWE Raw review for January 9th, 2017. We got another subpar Raw this week, and it's very exhausting trying to watch a 3-hour show that's not that entertaining at all. A couple little things that were, funny or whatever, but, other than that, and the main event was cool. But other than that, it wasn't really nothing, too memorable. And then, they found out a way to waste Shawn Michaels. I didn't think it was possible, but the WWE found a way to do it. So let's just get right into the review. So Raw kicked off with Stephanie, who I'm gonna talk about her a little bit too in a little bit. It kicked off with Stephanie giving Mick Foley a performance review for his job as general manager of Raw. She says some things he's gotten wrong, but some things he's gotten right. She says she also wants the rumors of The Undertaker, to be addressed, and she really wants him to be on Raw. Seth walks in, interrupting the whole thing, says he's entering the Royal Rumble match, and, starts talking or whatever. They're just having a conversation, and then Braun Strowman comes in, completely interrupts him, and says he wants to face Goldberg or Roman Reigns or else. And, Foley was just like, wait, Goldberg's not even in the arena or in the state. And, you can't have Roman Reigns right now. He already has a match, so just chill out. And then Seth was like, you know what? No, I got this. Don't come in here trying to interrupt me. This was my time to have with them, so don't even try to come in here interrupting me. And then the Braun Strowman was just like, I just did. And then they just started fighting and stuff. Strowman was throwing them into walls of the office, and they just had to get separated by, referees and officials and security or whatever. I'm just like, okay, Raw starting off pretty crazy. Stephanie says she would handle that situation, and Mick should address the rumors and get it under control. About the Undertaker. Because hopefully, with all the rumors speculating that he was going to be on Raw, hopefully he makes it happen. So she put him in charge of that. Mick Foley guarantees that the Undertaker will be on Raw. So then we were going to get the United States Championship match first. Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens in a handicap match. And if either one of them pinned Reigns, they'll become the champion. So, before the match could even get started, after they made their entrances, the Braun Strowman came back out. He came out to the ring, obviously going after Reigns, and Reigns wasn't even going to wait for him to get into the ring. He just hopped out. They started going at it. They were fighting. He threw him back into the ring. Owens and Jericho started to double team him a little bit. Then they started the whole triple team process. And that's when Seth Rollins came out to help him. He came out with a steel chair, the equalizer, got Owens and Jericho up out of there. And when he first got into the ring, he threw the chair at Strowman, who caught it, and then he hit a spinning heel kick. Shades of RVD. I loved when RVD did that, so I kind of popped for that. That was pretty cool. So, he hit the Strowman with the chair and the spinning heel kick gimmick. And then Reigns grabbed the chair as well, and they hit him with a double chair shot and got him up out the ring. And I'm just like, okay, we ain't doing no talking on this Raw, huh? We just gonna come out from the very beginning ready to throw them bowls, ready to throw them chairs. They didn't give not one single fuck. So that's when Stephanie came out. She was just like, whoa, that's not what we about to do. We not about to do this. Seth, you want to fight? You can fight Strowman. And Reigns, you're still going to have your handicap match for your title, but I'm going to give you some time to heal up because you were, ambushed a little bit. And I'm just like, why? Why is she giving him a favor? If she's supposed to be the heel here, the authority figure here, why is she giving Reigns a chance to heal up? Why? Why does it even matter to her? She should have said screw it, and he would have the match right then and there. So that didn't make any sense. But the first match we did get, instead of the United States Championship match, was Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. And, just like all of Braun Strowman's matches, Seth, like everybody else, tried to weaken him. But that's a damn near impossible task. He's such a huge dude that getting him down, hell, even hurting him, is something that's not easily done by the average man. Even after he's been hit with chairs and stuff and, the whole beginning segment, it's still very difficult to bring him down and, hurt him. It's good booking for him, though, because he rarely looks weak. The one situation last week, I wasn't on board with how Goldberg and Reigns had to spear him. I mean, I understand, they're two big dudes, so it kind of made sense a little bit. but I don't think they should have speared him per se. They could have went about that a little bit different. But nonetheless, Seth was on a different level of aggressiveness that I haven't really seen since he's come back from his knee injury. He was taking it to Strowman. Like, he wasn't just, getting beat up like Sami Zayn was for the first couple of weeks. He was actually going after him, and he had him staggering for a little bit, but it was hard for him to bring him down. He eventually got him down. He got him down for a cover. It was only a 1 count. That's when Strowman made the mistake of trying to suplex Rollins off the top rope. Rollins got him down again, was able to execute a frog splash, and got a 2 count off of that. But Strowman still kicked out aggressively. He pretty much threw him off of him, kind of like how Big Show used to do. And then as Strowman made his way outside of the ring, Seth climbed to the ring post. The ring post is different now. It's bigger. It's got the whole LED lights and everything. So Seth was standing on top of that. It was a little bit taller than what the turnbuckle was, and jumped to the outside of the ring, where he landed on the barricade instead of on Strowman. And, they pretty much got counted out after that. And it was a great effort from Seth. They were just trying to protect both of them. So, they both got counted out. Double count out victory. Well, not victory. Double count out draw. And that's pretty much how the match ended. And then after that, Strowman tried to attack him. He grabbed the chair. Seth was able to get the chair away from him and prevent him from entering the ring again. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have another match or something probably next week, because WWE likes to repeat all of the matches that they do. And this is probably not going to be over. Some tells me Sami Zayn is going to come out and try to help him or something. But we'll see. We had Bayley and Sasha talking about what happened last week and how Bayley's excited for the Royal Rumble and her shot against Charlotte to potentially live out her dreams and become WWE Women's Champion for the first time since joining Raw. And then Sasha said, she after she beats Charlotte at the Rumble, she's going to come after her and they're going to have a little friendly match for the title. That's when Charlotte pops up and says Sasha's acting like she cares about Bayley, like she's her friend, and she's not really her friend. She's just trying to play her or whatever. Also, Sasha can't teach Bayley how to beat her at pay-per-views because nobody has beat her at pay-per-views. And that's when Nia Jax popped up behind Sasha, kicked her in her bad leg, and, knocked her to the ground. Bayley went to go attack Nia. Of course, Charlotte stopped that from happening, and they just both jumped them or whatever, got them down. And then, Charlotte started, patting Nia on the back or on the shoulder or whatever. Nia looked at her, and she grabbed her right by her breastises, just yoked her up. It was just like, she didn't say nothing. She was just like, don't ever touch me ever again. And I'm just like, okay. All right, I like that because Nia isn't, just subjecting to Charlotte. She's not just like, oh, you're the champ, let me bow down to you. No, she had to let her know that we not friends. Just because I helped you doing this was just for me. This wasn't for you. This wasn't for anybody else. This was for me. I got my satisfaction out of doing this. So that was pretty cool. After that, we got the Jack Gallagher versus Drew Gulak. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Drew Gulak's style. He works a very stiff style, and even though he's a cruiserweight, he still likes to target the body parts and stuff. And he can be very athletic when he needs to be, but that's just not what he goes after and starts to do from the beginning. That's not something he would prefer to do. He prefers to target body parts and work you over instead of jumping off the top rope and doing all that crazy stuff. Even though that's mostly what cruiserweights do, but it's good that not all of them just do that same thing over and over because it would get stale. So it's good to have somebody different that does something different. Speaking of different, that's what the Jack Gallagher is. He's completely different. He has this whole UK style. He's very crafty and smooth with his moveset. It just flows together so well. And you wouldn't think that he's able to do the type of stuff that he is because he's, a smaller guy. But he'll surprise you like he surprised Gulak and one with the running corner drop kick or whatever. Kind of reminds me of Daniel Bryan when he does that. Not that he's doing it to take a shot at Daniel Bryan, but it just kind of reminds me of something Daniel Bryan used to do. And he was able to pick up the win after that. And then he challenged, Daivari to something on 205 Live tomorrow. I forgot what he said. I forgot. It was like a sit-down talk or something. I don't know. They're doing something on 205 Live. I gotta start watching that. I haven't watched it since like the first episode. So yeah, I gotta check that out. Mick Foley was in the back looking for Taker. Stephanie walked up to him, was wondering had he found him yet. Mick says, he's not just somebody you can find and hanging around backstage or, via tweets or something. And he's, still looking for him. Stephanie says he has 1 hour to produce The Undertaker or it will hinder his performance review if he doesn't. So pretty much he's threatening his job if The Undertaker doesn't come out, which I think is complete bullshit because he can't force The Undertaker to come out. Like, he can't. So then we get Shawn Michaels, who, was confirmed to be at Raw, even though Undertaker kind of was, but they were just doing this whole angle where he may show up, he may not. We had HB Shizzle come back. Always good to see the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and then they completely ruin it. They do this whole segment with Rusev and Lana, and I don't even know why Jinder Mahal was there other than to have the match with Big Cass. Big Cass and Enzo came out. Crowd, go crazy for them. But the segment was just so stupid because it didn't accomplish anything. We got a sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels on Rusev. That's what we got. And I popped for that because it's Shawn Michaels. But other than that, I could care less about this whole segment. I don't care. The whole thing was Rusev wanted Shawn Michaels to put Lana in his movie. Lana's been in plenty of movies. She was in Pitch Perfect 1 and 2. What does she need to be in this low-rate movie for? I mean, it's going to be cool because Shawn Michaels is in it, but it's not a desperate need for her to be in this movie. She can get plenty other movie roles. I'm sure she got plenty of movie star friends, and it wouldn't be that hard for her to get into that. But this segment didn't do anything. Rusev didn't get a rub from this. He wasn't even in a match. He just called a sweet chin music, which I'm sure, not only that, but, Shawn Michaels told him to suck it. I'm sure he marked out for that because Rusev is the type of guy who actually cares about that type of stuff. It'd just be like if Shawn Michaels did that to you. You would go crazy for it. But other than, it didn't do anything for me. Like, this whole Enzo, Cass, and Rusev thing isn't really doing it for me at all. It makes no sense anymore. Enzo and Cass are cool. I like them, and I like Rusev, but why is Jinder Mahal here? Like, really? Like, Rusev can handle these two on his own, really. He doesn't need anybody to help him. And then I was thinking they were going to do the whole Seth Rollins call Triple H out thing again that they just completely decided to abandon over the past couple of weeks. Seth Rollins, would come out and say, hey, just because I'm doing this doesn't mean I forgot that I'm calling Triple H out again. I know he ain't going to come out because he a little punk bitch, but that's okay. I'm still going to call Triple H out. And why not, of all people, to call Triple H out, do it for his damn best friend. The Heartbreak Kid was right there, and they didn't capitalize on it. They could have had Seth Rollins come out and was like, hey, I remember last time we talked, and, I said I was a better version of you. You said I should be a better version of myself. That's what I became. I'm Seth Rollins. I'm the man. I'm calling out your best friend, but he doesn't seem to be responding to me. So maybe you could relay the message to him for me. He doesn't have to come across as a heel here. He just, can relay the message through Triple H's best friend. Why not? It's more build to WrestleMania. You could put that in the video package when you're actually going to have the match that, Seth Rollins did everything to get Triple H's attention, even going to his best friend. It would have made sense. But WWE just blew it, and Jinder Mahal lost to Big Cass. But Rusev did get hit with sweet chin music, so that's pretty much all for that match. Neville came out and faced Lince Dorado. He has a new theme song. It's kind of like a more metal, I wouldn't say metal. It's a different version of his first theme song that he had. It's a more slowed down, kind of Metallica version. Yeah, I guess you could say it's a metal version of his old theme song. It sounds better. It goes with his new character. He didn't need the whole upbeat face theme song. The one he has now is completely good. I don't know who made it. Probably CFO. They've been doing a lot of theme songs for WWE, but it sounds great. It goes with him, and it's still, you can still hear remnants of his old theme song. So they didn't completely just scrap it. They just, remixed it up. Sasha and Bayley went to Stephanie's office. They were complaining because, of the attacks or whatever. They said they wanted Charlotte and Nia next week on Raw. Stephanie pretty much buried them, said that Sasha needed to take the bass out her voice and listen and, be careful who she talking to or who she thinks she talking to. She said Bayley's lucky to even have the match at the Royal Rumble because of what happened last week. And she said it doesn't matter what her t-shirt says, what Sasha's t-shirt says, she's not the boss, and that Stephanie is. She was just burying them. They just wanted a match. They didn't say, oh, this isn't fair. They just said, hey, we want a match next week. That's all. But Stephanie just sitting there burying them. Like, she's buried the whole women's division. And then, in a few months, she's just going to be, just congratulating them. Oh, the women's division is so great, and I just love what they're doing. But then when they come up to you and try to solve a problem by having a match, you bury them. If you're going to be a heel, be completely heel. Don't give them credit for nothing. Just completely bury them if that's what your gimmick is going to be. But don't just keep switching it up, and then the next week you're going to be like, yeah, the women are so revolutionary, and they're doing these things, and oh my god, I'm so proud of them. And then when they come talk to you, you want to talk to them like you about to have a match with them. Because she got in Sasha Banks' face like they was about to have a WrestleMania match. They were face to face, and they were teasing a match. At least for a little bit. And I'd love to see that match. If Stephanie can still wrestle, I would love to see her face Sasha Banks. That would be a great match. That would be an incredible match. Especially if you're going to keep Sasha Banks face for now. That'll be something great to do for her. Why not? I'd be all aboard for that match. I'm sure the fans would love it. But yeah, so, they get the match, but Stephanie says the match is going to happen tonight instead of next week. And it doesn't even matter that Sasha's hurt, she's still gonna have to compete. And that's where I have the problem too. Again, they said Sami Zayn wasn't 100%, so he wouldn't be able to compete. But then at the same time, she doesn't give a damn that Sasha Banks is hurt and gives her a match. After she just asked to face Charlotte and Nia Jax because they attacked them. How does that make sense? If you were just burying Sami Zayn right after Survivor Series saying he blew it for Raw, he could have brought the Intercontinental Championship to Raw, to now saying, oh, well, he's not 100%, he can't compete tonight. And then in the very same show, say that Sasha Banks, even though she's hurt, she got to compete anyway. Why are you not consistent with your theories? Why are you not consistent with your statements? If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. If you hurt, too bad. You're still going to wrestle. Keep that. Don't just say, oh, you're hurt, you ain't got to wrestle, but you're hurt, you're going to wrestle. It doesn't make sense. It's confusing. It's really, really confusing. And I just don't understand. After that, we had Luke Gallows versus Sheamus. It was a pretty standard match. Sheamus won. Cesaro and Anderson were on commentary. They started fighting on top of the stage. Luke Gallows got distracted, caught a bro kick. That was it for that. Roman had a nice little short promo. He was asked about, being attacked and what he's going to do in the handicap match. He says, it doesn't matter how he feels. He has an obligation to defend the title night in and night out. And every time he's in the ring with Owens and Jericho, he spears their guts. So he's going to do it one more time and retain his championship. And it's always one versus all. Great promo by Reigns. I don't know what you guys keep saying that Reigns can't drop a promo. If you keep going back to the suffering succotash promos, come on. He's evolved from that. He's moved on from that. He doesn't drop those type of promos anymore. Cut the guy some slack. You guys just want to just continue to go back to a year ago of how his promos were. We could do that for everybody, and I bet you their promos weren't that good. I guarantee most, if not all, of the people who, other than the very, very good mic workers, you go back last year and listen to some of their promos. I'm sure somebody's had a terrible promo that you guys like. I'm sure of it. 100%. But yeah, Reigns dropped a nice little promo. Mick Foley comes out because he ran out of time. He calls out the Undertaker, talks about their history together, and the match that they had, and the scars mentally and physically will live with him, for the rest of his life. And he wears that proudly, and he just wants the Undertaker to come out and, just pretty much help him out a little bit. And then the lights go out, And then complete trollage because Stephanie McMahon's music hits. The lights come back on and she comes down to the ring to completely kill the mood, get some heat. That was kind of funny, to be honest. The crowd was booing her, which if she's going to be a heel, good. She needs that type of heat. I'm sure Vince has done that before too. She apologizes for Mick's inability to produce The Undertaker, and she's going to publicly, I can't talk. She's going to publicly give his performance review. She said it's all because of him that the crowd is upset that The Undertaker's not showing up. He's done good things, for Raw, like Cesaro and Sheamus and Jericho in the Shark Cage and the first ever women's Hell in a Cell. But he keeps taking 2 steps back. Like, it's his fault that Braun Strowman is the way that he is because of Sami Zayn. It's his fault that SmackDown Live beat Raw in the ratings, which is complete and utter bullshit. And the empty buzz around The Undertaker. Steph said she trusted him and he let her down. So what is she supposed to say? And then right on cue, the gong hits and The Undertaker's music plays and he comes out. Out comes the dead man. The Undertaker has returned, and this time he's on Monday Night Raw. So he comes out, makes his very slow entrance, but he's earned that, so not going to complain about it. He gets the microphone and then he starts talking. He says, "I'm back." Crowd goes wild. He said 2 words and the crowd already going wild. He said it's important to know that he will be in the Royal Rumble. He also said that he answers to nobody and goes where he wants, when he wants. And once again, he says nobody controls The Undertaker. And then he goes right up to Stephanie, right in her personal space, looks down at her and says, "Nobody." Because, she was pretty much just trying to get Mick Foley to, get him to come out because she wanted him out there. He was like, "I'm out here because I want to be out here." He said he returned to the city where his streak met its demise, yet he continues on into the Rumble. He's dug 29 holes for 29 souls and will be bringing the dark side to the Royal Rumble match. And after he wins, he will return to the main event of WrestleMania. And if anybody, he means absolutely anybody, stands in his way, they will rest in peace. Woo! Yes, so The Undertaker is officially entered into the Royal Rumble, and we got some big names in this Royal Rumble. We got some big names, along with the other people we don't know that are going to be in there, and I'm going to make a video on that here in the next couple of days. So the Royal Rumble is looking like an awesome match. We got confirmed Undertaker, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins going to be in it, Braun Strowman's going to be in it, Baron Corbin's going to be in it. Who the hell knows who else is going to be in it? But it's just going to be a great match, and I can't wait to see it in the next couple of weeks. We had Owens and Jericho backstage talking about the handicap match, and they were just saying it made Owens angry because it was his show, and Goldberg and Reigns pretty much took it over, and all this other stuff, and he doesn't really care about the Undertaker being, coming back and saying he's going to be in the Rumble. He's just part-time anyway, just burying everybody. It was pretty cool segment or whatever. And he says Reigns is going to have to suffer the consequences by himself. I don't know why Seth wasn't going to be out there to help him, but I guess he couldn't because it was a handicap match. That's when we got Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Charlotte. And this match looked like a damn squash. Nia and Charlotte were teaming up on the early part of the match, and they wore down Sasha, who was already injured from a few weeks ago, right after her match with Charlotte. They took her out, took out Bayley. Once Nia Jax got into the match, it was over. Like I said, it seemed like a damn squash match. They had no chance of winning. And Nia Jax and Charlotte won that match. Noam Dar backstage, he was expecting Alicia Fox to slap him after, he keeps bothering him and keeps saying he's trying to get with her and trying to date her, whatever. And, he's just preparing himself to get slapped. He's like, if you're going to slap me, at least make it a good one. He's just, ready. She grabs this man and turns him into her bitch for a second. And then dips him down like they're dancing and lays a kiss on this man. I'm like, huh? What? And it was like a good 5-second kiss. She brought him back up. This man had lipstick all over his lips, and he looked like he had sex for like 3 hours. That was the look he had on his face. He was so shocked and surprised. He was not prepared for all of that. And Alicia Fox looked at him. It was like, Cedric was right. You can't handle a real woman, and walked away. He was just like, wait, what? And then just started smiling. So I'm just like, he got pretty much got what he wanted, but it was just pretty much a trick by Alicia Fox, I guess. I don't know how that was I don't know. Nothing is making sense on Raw anymore. Then we get the New Day, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this because this was so dumb that I was actually dying laughing. This whole segment. It's pretty much Titus is trying to join the New Day again. They made fun of him because when NXT was a competition instead of, just its own separate brand, he was in NXT and he tried to do this keg challenge where he had to pick it up and run around the ring. And as soon as he picked it up, he tripped over his feet and just, fell over. So they made this hilarious video package about it. It was freaking hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it, just go watch it. I'm sure it's on their YouTube page by now. Screw it. Just go watch that. I was dying because they kept playing when he kept falling over. So then, they cut back and they're saying, we're going to give you a chance at redemption. And then they unveil another keg. And then they said, this isn't your normal keg. Inside of this keg is 100% booty juice. And I'm just like, what? So we already got booty O's, which is already borderline as it is. And then we got booty juice. And they said booty juice. It makes sure your throat stay loose. And I lost it. I completely lost it. I'm just like, really? Did we really just do that? Are we serious right now? We really just went there. Now they're going to push booty juice. It's probably going to become a product. And people are going to buy it. I was dying laughing. And then they called Titus O'Neil Tight Draws O'Neil. And it was just a comedy segment. I didn't take it too seriously because I was dying laughing. Then Titus got mad. He had a match with Kofi. He lost. So that's 2 weeks in a row he's lost to a member of the New Day. He's probably going to lose to Big E next week or something stupid like that. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about for that. That whole segment was just, it was just freaking hilarious. And then we get the main event match. We get Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Good match. Very good match. Considering it was a handicap match. Roman made his entrance, and then Owens and Jericho came out, and Reigns was pretty much just like, fuck y'all entrance, we about to get it on now, and attacked him on the ramp. They double teamed him. He almost got Jericho inside the shark cage and locked up. Owens saved Jericho from being locked inside of there. They threw Reigns literally into the cage and knocked it off of the dang off the top of the stage or whatever. And I thought it broke, but it didn't. I guess it made a pretty strong material, whatever. They started teaming up on him or whatever. Finally got him into the ring, and then that's when the match started. They continued their double team, but Roman wasn't letting up, and he wasn't letting them have complete control of the match. He had a good control of it, considering he was being double teamed, but he knows how they work, so he knows what to do to counter them. They were doing good. Teamed up, went for the pop-up Codebreaker, which is like a variation of the Shatter Machine. Reigns countered into a Superman punch instead of getting, caught with the Codebreaker at the end of it. Hit Owens with a Superman punch as well. He got him outside the ring. Speared Jericho as he was going for the cover. Owens drug him outside the ring. Reigns went for the drive-by. Missed. Owens tried to pop up powerbomb him onto the apron. That didn't happen. He just, threw Owens into the barricade or something like that. Went to get into the ring. Owens grabbed his leg. Jericho hit him with the Codebreaker. And then, before he could just fall into the ring, Owens dragged him back outside, and that's when he pop-up powerbombed him onto the ring apron. And that's when I'm like, damn, I haven't seen that in a while. That's pretty cool. I was just talking about last week that Owens doesn't do that powerbomb onto the apron anymore. Something he used to do in NXT a lot. So, he did that. Reigns was pretty much donezo after that. Him and Jericho had to drag his lifeless corpse into the ring. Jericho hits the code breaker one more time. And then, that was it. Jericho got the pin. Jericho is the WWE United States Champion. Roman Reigns is no longer the US Champion. That is now Chris Jericho. And it's a very special title win for Jericho. Because not only is this his first title since, I believe, 2009 or 10, but this completes the cycle for Jericho, and he is now officially a Triple Crown champion in the WWE, adding one more notch to that Hall of Fame resume of his that's already stacked up to the T. So yeah, Jericho is a Triple Crown champion. It took him years to do it, probably longer than it should have. But yeah, he's officially a Triple Crown champion. He's the new United States champion, and Kevin Owens is the Universal champion. So they're going to roll with that gimmick for a few weeks. I don't see Jericho holding the title for that long. And I don't think Reigns is going to want that one back, considering he's going after the Universal title. But we all know what this means. Pretty much, now I'm really 99% sure Reigns is coming away with the title at the Rumble. And he might get his rematch next week for the US title, but he probably don't even want the damn title back. He's just going to focus on the Universal title. But yeah, that was Raw. Only a couple segments had me interested. But other than that, didn't really care. I still can't believe they found a way to waste Shawn Michaels. How? How do you do that? It's Shawn Michaels. Damn it. He's one of those guys that can wrestle a broomstick for 30 minutes and it'd be a 4-star match at the least. Like, come on. What are we doing here? We waste Shawn Michaels' appearance. What? We could have did this at the Rumble. We could have showed him up at the Rumble. Why waste an appearance just for him to do nothing but Sweet Chin Rusev? He could have did that anytime. That was a waste. They could have advanced the storyline with Seth Rollins and Triple H if that's the route they're going to go. So many booking decisions that didn't make any sense. But we did get the Undertaker in the Royal Rumble. We did get tight draws O'Neal, and we got a new U.S. champion. So yeah, I'll give Raw a C, because that's being a little too generous, honestly. But that's all I really thought of the show. Let me know what you guys thought about the show down in the comment section down below. Slap a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you to all the new subscribers who have joined the channel and are watching my videos. I definitely appreciate that. And I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.